We are back at it again here with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. To the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all subscribers, welcome back. Here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, continuing to fight to hold support here. And in today's volatility, our SPY buy at 10:45 a.m. sent out a bear indicator. And from that moment forward, outflows crossed the midpoint to the downside. Pure weakness there on 42 vision, and put options went up 150% plus within an hour, guys. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots, and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts and using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. So here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, fighting to hold support. And in today's video, we're going to break down the key levels I would watch going into next week and what's going on within the charts. But before we do, I want to share with you guys the home run opportunity that was mentioned this morning over at the Discord. So the home run today was spectacular and beyond expectations. And if you guys want to know about these stocks early on and receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots, and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together. So the home run today was from our Apple bot. At 9:45 a.m. sent out a bear indicator, and from that moment forward, outflows crossed the midpoint to the downside. Pure weakness there on 42 vision, and put options went up 200% plus within an hour, guys. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots. We look forward to having you join us, and we strive for opportunities like these every single day. Let's jump into these charts. Here we are with the SPY stock, the S&P 500 index, doing a full transition here so far from bright green to red bars, and the last piece missing would be white with red borders if this transition continues. And if this is your first time coming across the channel, this is 42 vision, which allows us to see the dips from the rips to the dips, and where the strength and weakness lies within the charts. And we also use our bull and bear indicators and inflow versus outflow as an extra layer of confirmation, which I'm going to pull up here and you can now gain access to as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicator, getting connected over to our bots and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts and using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. And in today's video, I'm going to pull up the inflow versus outflow indicator, which adds that extra layer of confirmation and gives us that edge within the volatility. So here we are with the SPY stock, the S&P 500 index, under the first bear indicator since the bull indicator down here at the 495 area on the 30-minute chart. And we could see it popping up here in the second half of the day at 508. Now, it wasn't the only stock pulling downwards. We also have the QQQ, and it double rejected up here, actually triple and a fourth time here at around 438 with a bear indicator on Tesla. Bear indicator all day since up here at 195, and on Apple since up here at around 184.45, being the home run of the day and doing a full transition here from the rip area to the dip area. So lots of eyes here as it tries to approach support on Apple. Same thing with Tesla down here as you see it. And then also the QQQ and the SPY having a slight pullback. Now, here we are with it in the bigger picture of the 30-minute under a bear indicator. But if we zoom out and look at the 1 hour, no bear indicator just yet, but we have hit red bars, right? The last piece missing would be white with red borders, and a possible bear indicator and outflows crossing over here on the 1 hour. And I'm going to be watching going into next week if this bull indicator continues to hold true, and if it pulls back a little bit, right, to the downside and no bear indicator pops up, will it create a staircase effect, find support, and do the next leg up, because in the bigger picture of the 1 hour, the bull indicator continues to dominate within the volatility, even though the 30-minute and even the 15-minute are under bear indicators, right? Because when we zoom in and look at this on the 15-minute, we could see here as it tried coming back up, it rejected that same area at around where the bear indicator popped up at 509, and it actually brought itself back down to retest the support here in the after hours and the support of the pre-market. So definitely something to not ignore here within the volatility, and I will be watching going into next week. Now, I'm going to pull up the inflow versus outflow and break down the key levels I would watch going into Monday. Here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, with inflows above the midpoint here into the open, and we could see how things pushed up from 508 to 510, but it quickly started to lose momentum as those outflows began, and in the second half, as we're seeing here in the after hours, retesting the support down here at 507, those outflows have crossed, right? And it's going to be crucial for these inflows to pick back up to justify any move to the upside. If not, if those outflows continue to the downside, it could continue to reflect that weakness into these charts. And I'm going to be watching that going into next week. Now, on the 1 hour, we could see how outflows have not crossed, right? So no bear indicator just yet. Bull indicator is still strong as we saw, and the outflows have not crossed. If these inflows start to pick back up, it could quickly start to reflect that strength into these charts again and retest key resistance levels and new all-time highs. So I will be watching for that in the bigger picture if it ends up holding up the chart. Now, when we zoom into the 15-minute, we could see within the volatility how the inflows kept fighting to come back up, but the outflows continue to dominate. Now, what are the key levels I would watch? Well, the first thing is support, guys. And if these outflows continue to the downside, the first support level here is in this tight range, 507. Then below that is 505. And then comes the 503 area, right? The support from yesterday before things started to pick up and where those inflows started to push up away from the midpoint in the volatility of the 15 minutes. So I will be watching for that. And if these support levels are tested, I will be watching if that weakness rolls over here into the 30-minute, pushing it down even further and eventually crossing over on the 1 hour as it's really close to the midpoint. Now, to the upside, it's going to be crucial for these inflows to pick up, switch from red to green, start to reflect that strength into these charts. Same thing here on the 30-minute. Push upwards and get these inflows to stay above and switch from red to green on the 1 hour. And the first resistance is 508. Then above that is 510. And then I'll be watching the 512 areas. So these levels are going to be crucial. And we're up here near all-time highs and a 52-week high on the SPY and the QQQ. Now, a lot of people state that it was driven by NVIDIA, this move to the upside. And some of that could be driven by NVIDIA, because as we're seeing things pull back down, NVIDIA is also slowing down. So definitely something to not ignore. I will be watching here because we could see the strength and weakness so far following these charts, and outflows are dominating here as well. So I look forward to seeing your thoughts down below about that, how you feel about it. And as always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. These are the key levels I'll be watching to the upside and to the downside. These inflow versus outflows are really close to the midpoint on the 30-minute and the 15-minute. And I will be watching in the bigger picture if that bull indicator continues to hold and if these inflows do not cross down. If not, push back up and switch from red to green. As always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.